Obviously, I'm out of breath, so I've been shopping at the DAV thrift store. And I got quite a haul. I got her some dishes from North Hockey, and I forgot exactly what the pattern was, but it's enough for a place setting of 3, and I paid less than $9 for it. And I got the serving platter and just some really nice things that I'm excited about. Our house burned down, as you know, years ago, and I had a china cabinet full of china and silver and crystal, and the fire just that quick took it away. And it's been years, and I've never replaced my china. It was North Hockey, and it had blue and white on it. I think it was called Cumberland pattern, but I never replaced it. I never replaced the silver I had. I wouldn't even know where to start to look for silver now. But those things were kind of important to me when I got married in 85. And so it was years of collecting things, and that just shows you how quick things can change, because I was sharing with the cashier at the DAV thrift store that the only thing my son got out with was his underwear, and it was 13 degrees and icing. And I want to salute the Salem VA in Salem, Virginia, and the canteen in Salem, Virginia, and the DAV thrift store, and the Vietnam Veterans Postal Group at the main post office in Roanoke, Virginia. Those people helped us out so much. They saw that we got underwear, toothbrushes, toiletries, a hairdryer. The assistant director donated a color TV. And it was kind of funny, a little bit. Wasn't nothing funny that day. That we had to rent us a storage unit because we didn't have nowhere to live at the time, and nowhere to put the TV and the clothes and all that. It was 3 of us living at the house at the time, and we lived out a little plastic shoebox with a lid with our names on it until we got an apartment, which was maybe 5 days a week after the fire that we was able to get an apartment. It was so funny because we walked into that apartment. It was fully furnished, had telephone, internet, all the kitchen linen, kitchen dishes, pots and pans, baking sheets, kitchen tools. The only thing that it didn't have was sheets and blankets, which we were so fortunate to have donated to us. And we walked in with our little plastic shoe boxes. It was like, it don't feel right. It just don't feel right. And if you've ever lost your home due to whatever reason, you'll understand when you get to the next place and you go in and you're like, oh, here I am, I'm at home. I don't have nothing, but I'm here. So The good thing about that story, and I didn't mean to say I don't have nothing, it just felt weird to me walking in, not having nothing. After we, quote unquote, moved into the apartment with our little plastic shoe boxes, I was able to go get I had 2 English bulldogs at the time, Beverly and Darlene, and they're both gone now. But a place called Veterinarian, which I've used for years, housed them because they were rescued from the fire, both of them, and treated them for the treatment they needed due to the fire for nothing. And then when I went to pick them up, the girls that worked the counter, I had no collar, no leash, no nothing. We just went to pick them up. And they said, pick out collar and leash for your dog, courtesy of us. So thank you, girls that worked the counter back then. You guys were awesome. And I guess since I'm talking about that, I'll go on and say that after the fire, we sent fruit platters to the fire departments. It was 3 or 4 that responded. The first on the scene was the Vet and Rescue Squad. This has been years ago, but thank you now and thank you then. And Reed Mountain, which was the closest, was actually last on the scene. And Blue Ridge, Virginia responded, and a place called Troutville, Virginia responded. They had a hard time getting our house under control due to no fault of their own, but it was freezing. They were trying to put water on it, and it was freezing. And another fun thing, the next day it warmed up substantially, and we had an elaborate alarm system on our house, which melted when the house burned. But the next day it started to rain and a little bit of sleet, and the audible alarm went off because I guess it was exposed to the weather. And so with sirens going on, we had a hell of a hard time getting that thing to stop going off. It went off during the fire, but it quit once they was able to put whatever they put on it. They had a water truck there and they were putting other stuff on it. But the next day, the fire siren goes off. And of course, we were connected wirelessly to one of those companies that answers emergency calls. So I had to call them and tell them, nope, our house is burned, but it did not catch fire again. So that was weird the second day. It was just kind of scary when I was across the street. My daughter lived across the street at the time, and the siren, emergency siren went off. It was just weird. It was weird to me. Maybe it's not weird to you, but the actual part of it was melted to the house, and I forgot what we had to do. Just something real creative. I guarantee it probably involved a crowbar. But anyway, that's been years ago. But when I got the china, it brought back memories of that. And it wasn't all bad. As a matter of fact, it showed us, and I've carried it with me, that in an instant, everything that you have can be gone. You don't have a change of clothes. You got no way to take a bath. You got nowhere to sleep. You got nothing to eat. You don't have nothing to fix it with. You don't have nothing to fix it on. So that's how fast life can change. Our fire was devastating, but it brought out the best, and I do mean the best, in our community. a little computer shop that heard about a story over the radio. It's not in business now, but it used to be past Bedford, Virginia. Heard that my husband was in business for himself, and of course the fire melted our computers, our monitors, our scanners, and I do mean melted. And they fixed my husband up with a computer he could use in the meantime. The only thing we had to do, and thanks to the generosity of people that donated to us, we were able to go to Walmart and buy a computer desk and put it, we had a 3-bedroom apartment, and one of them was, of course, our home office. But we were able to put that in there. Thank you, guys. Even though you're not in business anymore, your kindness was never forgotten. And so, let me also say this. If you get a chance, every day, try to do a kindness for someone and not let them know it. Because people did that for us. People have done that for us since then, too. It means so much. You never know the good that you're doing when you do a kindness for somebody. You never know. I try to do at least 2 acts of kindness every day without letting the person know. I'll be honest, I usually can only do 1. And you'll know in your heart when you should help somebody and what you should do for them. And I'm not talking about money. What I am talking about is kindness. Someone gets mad, blows the horn at you, throws up the middle finger, which we call a California salute, but just lays on the horn and they're moving their mouth and cussing you. Do an unknown kindness by just letting them get rid of the rage they have inside and do not respond. I myself am learning that lesson. Thank you for listening. My battery's almost dead, but please give me a like, and I would appreciate it if you aren't subscribed, if you would please subscribe. And remember, we love you, and please be kind to one another. Okay, my haul from the DAV thrift store, as I was telling in another video, was pretty good today. I spent less than $30. It's $28 something another. I got a full-size terry cloth in good to excellent condition bathrobe in 3X, which is my size. And it's blue and it's pretty. And I got a, teal, hey Kathy, thinking about you, a teal shirt for my daughter in her size, and it was brand new with tags. I also got I don't know what size you would call this quilt. It's not too big. I would say maybe a twin size quilt. My daughter and I, sometimes we don't move around a lot because we can't. And we need lots of blankets and stuff to put over our legs and feet, which get extremely cold. It's spring now, so hopefully we won't need those as much as we have been. More coming up. Also from the DAV thrift store, a brand new or newish looking pre-owned rooster tie, and it was 45 cents plus my veterans discount. And also from the AV thrift store, I have it upside down. That figures. I've got I call it a scrapbook. I don't really use these for pictures. I use the creative memories, acid free, etc. kind of stuff. But I got this for my daily memories to make an old time scrapbook. I'll show you as I go on. Also recommended for my cousin Lisa is a Christian fiction book by Janet Oakey called Julia's Last Hope. Her dreams for her family seem to become... Let me try again. Her dreams for her family seem to be crumbling around her. But what could she do? And I'm interested in finding out what she did do. And this book was $50. Also from the DAV thrift shop, I've got a full-size, well-loved Mickey Mouse and some other characters blanket. And besides that, I got my daughter a pair of pajamas. I Love Lucy. And there's a picture of Lucy and Ethel, I think when they were working in the chocolate factory. Isn't that cool? I also got my daughter, who has to stay in bed most of the time. And BTW, by the way, she can't wear shoes because of her, as a result of her injury. And so these socks are pretty important for her. And as you see in the bag, I have a dress, which I thought was so cute. It's for the summer. And we love big cats like lions, leopards, tigers. And so this is her size. I got it for her. It was very inexpensive. And the best thing I got was a 3-piece place setting. I'm trying to get it to focus. Of China. It was $8.95. And look what kind it is. Noritake Roseberry. Just beautiful. Can't wait to use it. Alright, sports fans, that's all for this video. And I think that's all pretty much for that day. It was all filmed in the same day. So, thanks for watching. See you next time.